And you're welcome. It's the Men in Black for a Monday morning here. I'll be Will Smith. He'll be the other guy.
Okay, no, so I know the actor. I know it's Tommy Lee Jones. Q.
No. Whatever, man. Our alphabets are all over the place. Well, it's a great day to start the show here today, especially after such a great weekend. I think there should have been a day between then and then this Monday here. But hey, hoping that your weekend was as fantastic as mine.
Yeah, definitely. You said something about a day between Monday and what should we call that day?
Fun day.
Fun? No, that's not bad. Sunday, fun day, Monday.
Chill day.
Chill day.
Fun day actually sounds better.
Okay, all right. Whichever way you want to call it, fun day, chill day, whatever day. Come on, we are always here to ensure that you have a wonderful Monday morning. Now, of course, we will add that spice to your day.
Absolutely. Now, hey, guess what, guys? Every single morning here, you have two choices. You either continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up to chase them. Which of those are you guys going to go for, huh? I know you're not one for motivation, but hey, work with me here.
Which one? I'll definitely have to stand up. I love dreaming, but you can dream while you are on the chase.
Daydream.
It's all in the pursuit of happiness. Well, your Monday morning is set, and of course, that is what we will do. The whole week, of course, is going to be a fulfilling, happy, and a healthy one.
Absolutely. Mondays are for motivation, and we really hope that we give you at least a spice or a dose of it every time you get here. My name, of course, you know, is Will Smith. No. Mazino Appeal.
And of course, I am Mike Messikeno. You can catch the show live. It's on GOTV, channel 27, and on terrestrial, it's channel 49 UHF. You can also stream the show live, tvcentertainment.tv, Facebook, TVC Connect.
Yeah, we also have that app you guys already have. If you don't, you have to go on and download it already. If you use iOS or Android, it's in stores, so please do. One click away, you can see us every single time, including past episodes as well.
All right, let's get straight into it this morning.
Let's let you guys know what we have coming up the next 1 hour and 45 minutes. Motivation is going to start today. We will be talking about personal development hacks for young people. Joining us to have this conversation is Itunuoluwa Omotayo, human resource and educational consultant, as well as a transformational coach that equips the next generation with cutting-edge wisdom and practicable tools.
I like that.
And then, of course, finally, we will be joined on SME by a representative from The Push, a strategy and communications company that creates products and also experience to drive growth and impact. Now, we're looking forward to that one, and we hope that you are too. You're welcome.
Yep.
Monday here,
Monday
me
morning.
And the guy.
yeah, the Men in Black edition of... So, yeah, weekend. How was it yesterday? You're talking about getting back in 12:30 this morning.
I got back home pretty late last night because I spent time with my wife over the weekend. We had this very interesting dinner for couples, which is something I think people should do more.
Okay.
Because it was a couple events, and we got to talk. No kids allowed, so it was real-time talk, real issues, marital things. But it was also so very much fun. The dances and the games and everything. I think we should actually do something like that. Like a Wake Up Nigeria couples.
That is not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. You know, I like that. I like that. You know, there's a lot that you can learn when you talk to somebody else from a marriage or a relationship. You know, and like you said, people should get more time to spend more time and talk together and all of that. But 12:30, that's early.
It was. I had to be up at 3:30, so I only had about less than 3 hours of sleep. But it's okay. I still feel very, very energized to go.
Okay, for me, it was the birthday of my nephew.
Oh.
His first birthday. I would have loved if you guys were there. But
you
of
did
course,
tell.
it was. My director is asking me at the moment if I brought cake. There's a little bit of cake. I would see how we'll go around it. But Asa Somtochukwu Anubiri, that's his name. His first birthday. It was grand. We were there. Little kids came in. So we had this. It was a very beautiful thing. We had the parlor was set.
Let me let them know inside story here. Mike was very excited a year ago when his nephew was born. In fact, I thought I probably was even your own son.
Very,
very excited about this kid. Definitely. And then first birthday, I can imagine how more excited you are.
And the dude is growing. You know, when I say this, I think about life. Look at the kid who was so restless, couldn't move. Now he's running.
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks. The last time I saw him 3 weeks ago, he would walk a little bit, run and fall.
But now
I saw him yesterday.
Stable.
Dude, they're telling him to calm down.
Funny you should mention this about kids. So the Benue State, I think it's the Benue State IDP camp. They recorded 70 births in the past 6 months. Now, this is very funny because, wait, 6 months, 70 births. Now, I think the coordinator said something. In his words, he said, there's no entertainment, there's no money, there's no food, but people are still engaging in acts that are going to produce or reproduce.
Procreation.
Procreation. So exactly how do you curb population in Nigeria? Because no matter how poor, how there's no money, there's nothing, people still get into the act. So what do you do? Maybe we should, maybe more entertainment, perhaps. I don't know. What else would
that
be-
story was, it just came, poof, I'm like, wow. So it was more like, in spite of all that is happening, you still have time to procreate
There's
and all
nothing
that.
else to do now, is there? That's
Well,
the only source of entertainment. It is a fact. It is actually a very, very logical thing to look at when you talk about strategy and trying to cut population in a country. This is something I discussed on radio, and it is a very, very significant what do you call it? Factor.
factor.
You know, no entertainment.
Oh,
yeah, let's go.
Anyway, just official birthday shout outs. Happy birthday, Asa Somtochukwu Anubiri. You're 1 year old. I love you, man. Looking forward to the time we can chill and take a beer together. But no, I didn't say
17 years
That's
from
a beer.
now.
Anyways, okay.
It's all good. You're welcome, man. It's Wake Up Nigeria for Monday. We're excited. Are you guys excited? Let's do the weather. Hopefully there's not a downpour on your Monday. It's going to be bright and sunny all day. We'll be back.
You're watching the news on Wake Up Nigeria, and we absolutely appreciate it. I am Kelly Egiga. We begin with congratulatory messages pouring in for the Osun State Governor-elect Ademola Adeleke. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has joined other stakeholders in congratulating the Governor-elect. President Buhari noted that Senator Adeleke stunned the incumbent Governor Gboyega Oyetola to win the election by reversing the outcome of a matchup between both men in 2018. Now, stating his conviction about the outcome of the elections, the president said, with the elections now over, quote, the people of Osun State have expressed their will through the ballot, and the will of the people must always matter and be respected in democracy, end quote. Now, President Buhari also noted that the successful conduct of the election is testimony to the maturity and commitments of all stakeholders to the deeper strengthening of the integrity of the electoral process in the country. The president also reassured Nigerians of the commitments of his administration towards credible elections in 2023. And in a rather sad development, a former Southwest women leader of the All Progressives Congress, Kemi Nelson, is dead. The chief press secretary to the Lagos State Governor, Gboyega Akosile, in a tweet, announced that the APC chieftain died on Sunday. The deceased, aged 66, was a strong member of the All Progressives Congress and the former Southwest women leader. May God grant her immediate family, friends, and associates the fortitude to bear the loss. On the international scene, 8 persons have been killed after a cargo plane carrying hazardous material crashed in northeastern Greece, sending pungent fumes into the air. The plane, operated by a Ukraine-based company, went down near the Greek city of Kavala. It was carrying around 11 tons of weapons as well as the mines to Bangladesh when it crashed. Local residents reported seeing a fireball and hearing explosions for 2 hours after the crash. The pilot had reportedly requested an emergency landing at Kavala Airport due to an engine problem, but was unable to reach the runway. Emergency services were using a drone to survey the site of wreckage with caution. Greek officials are signaling the cargo plane crash as potentially dangerous due to the nature of the content it was carrying.
Hi, you're welcome for a Monday edition here. Let's do the papers and tell you what the headlines you'll be waking up to are this morning. We're starting with the Tribune newspaper this morning. And of course, for the Tribune, we have this headline here. Winners, losers as Adeleke's victory returns Osun to PDP. Factors that made PDP win 12 years after. It's time for APC to go, PDP say, and Adeleke's victory is people's will. Buhari, we are studying election results, says Oyetola. Now, the top of the Nigerian Tribune, ASU strike. Oh, yes, let's talk about that. NLC to embark on nationwide solidarity protest, July 26th and 27th. ASU may suspend strike conditionally tomorrow, they say. Well, we hope. Buhari's directive to army to wipe out terrorists not backed by action, say Afenifere. And at the bottom of the page, Knox Trail reps move to take over all surface underground water, tributaries, interstate rivers, and World Bank deploys $114.9 billion to finance global crisis in 2022. Let's move on now to our next daily for this morning. And, of course, that is the Guardian newspaper. Front and center for the Guardian, more worries over rising inflation ahead, headwinds as MPC meets today. MPC contemplates lesser evil, appraises intervention framework amid downturn. And monetary committees has no relevance to ordinary Nigerians, say Olushoga. And NBS inflation reports contradicts Buhari's claim on economy. Still inside of the Guardian here at the top page, Afenifere knocks Buhari over lame directives on terrorism, and terrorists kidnap pregnant women, 7 others in Kaduna. There's more on the front page here as Abuja journalist sues newspaper for allegedly deferring Buratai seeks compliance with FOIA. Now we move on to our next daily for this morning, and that is the Daily Trust newspaper. And for the first rubric here, headline, How Infighting Caused APC's Defeat in Osun. Voters ignore Christian ticket factor. Adelek's victory inspired PDP. APC ponders defeat, and people have spoken. Buhari, Atiku, others say. Mixed reactions over possible interest rates hike as CBN's monetary committee meet. And, of course, at the bottom here and to the side of the photo story, Zamfara governor suspends Emir for banning bandits as Shakin Fulani, and Plateau bandits rustle over 1,000 cows in Wase, and Rivers United crowns 2022 NPFL champions. Katsina United, Heartland relegated. And that's as much as we can take for the dailies this morning. Hopefully you grab a copy and perhaps maybe tell us what you think about each headline. You want to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'll be back. We've got very interesting conversation coming in just about a bit.
Woo!
You're welcome. Oh, first off, let's welcome Mr. Giga. Yeah. Let's see your fun side. Not all of that news where it's like this. Have you guys noticed? Kelly, where's the pen? Kelly always has a pen every single time he's doing the news. He can't do it.
You know
if you take out the pen, Kelly just loses.
Yeah, you know what happened? It was after, we are EME. So Baba is whiskey.
He has moved
after he moved a little bit and felt a little bit of, the other side. He went to the other side. He came back without the pen.
I still have the pen. I mean, I had it on this morning.
Okay.
I think it's normal for newscasters to always have either a pen with them or
something to fiddle with.
Hard copy.
I've got something.
Script,
I've got something.
Don't bring that.
It's a marble. For every time you're not around and I have to read the news, I'm going to hold this. Okay. That's it.
Yes.
Hopefully you stay on to the other side.
And I just flick it.
All right, let's get on to today's topic now. Very interesting topic today because over the weekend we found this video of former governor of Osun State, Aregbesola, Ralph Aregbesola, and what seems to be an invasion of privacy. But that's the topic today, invasion of privacy. I'm thinking that's the way I put it. Maybe it's my opinion. He was being filmed by this citizen of Nigeria, but they were outside the country. They were in America. And the video goes thus. This man finds him familiar, whips out his phone, starts to make a recording, walks toward him. And the gentleman, Ralph, now says to him, sorry, who are you? He answers, I'm a Nigerian. He says, okay, why? Have your seat. Yeah, he was very polite, like, have your seat. But you don't have to film me, he goes on to say. But the man insists that, no, I'm in America, I can film you. Even Biden can't tell me not to film you. And so it becomes like an argument between him and another lady who found it very, irritating. And I'm thinking, even if you're not inside of Nigeria, and even with instances that we might have experienced ourselves, don't you think that it's a bit too much? People sticking cameras in your face, whether you're a celebrity like a Giga here or officer, do people have the right to just do that?
Yes.
So close into your personal space.
Well, I mean, because you're a public figure, you have to prepare for it. We cannot blame that particular person for filming. It wasn't an attack. But I think what makes that film a bit controversial is the fact that this is a 2-term governor of Osun State. There was an election ongoing.
At the time, yeah.
At the time. So one would expect that for a 2-term governor who has a successor on board, you should be able to ensure that your successor returns. As it stands now, the incumbent was not re-elected. So somehow, whoever filmed that video would say, look, of a truth, I did the right thing. Because if probably Aregbe was on ground and his supporters were also on ground to support the incumbent governor, probably the election would have probably gone in that direction.
The person did not establish exactly
why. Okay, but you see, I think that from the video we saw,
it's all connected.
Because if Ralph didn't, accost him in that way, he might have gone ahead.
Ralph didn't even accost him. It was rather polite.
Yes. Let's not. That's a bit. That inquiry. Maybe so. If he had started film, maybe he might have asked the question because that was the election day, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, for whatever reason, he was outside the country at that particular point in time, and that's a country where if he was in Nigeria, that guy would probably not have a chance to sit as close, exactly, to an ex-governor that way.
Minister, current seven
minister, exactly. That's another one that way. So he probably maybe wanted to just catch a break, chill or something. And yes, so if we go back to the topic of privacy, I feel like that's really invasive. But like Kelly said, you're a public figure, you should expect it.
Have you had any experience?
So, yes, there are times, but we tried, not in that way. Now, this is a bit intrusive. So what I have is many people like, oh, I recognize you. Hey, can we have a picture? And they ask first. Well, but throwing a phone straight up in my face.
I was doing shopping.
I've not. Okay.
I was shopping. I was at a mall. And then somebody was actually doing a video of me. Yeah. And when I noticed it, actually, my wife told me somebody's actually videoing you. I didn't respond or walk up to the person and say anything, but I felt a certain type of way. I felt violated. I know that I'm on TV, or perhaps maybe at the time I was on radio and all of that, but I still think that a simple, I don't know, simple logic should tell you that you're invading my privacy when you do that, especially when I'm out with family. You can't just, I don't think that you have all right to do that. Yes, if you're a celebrity, I understand, and perhaps maybe we're a D-class celebrity, I don't know. But there's a certain level where it becomes a no-no. For me, and I'm thinking that as a human being, you should respect that. If this guy had said, okay, guys, what's happening, and I'm excited to see you, perhaps it would have been better. But he went on a very, very defensive mode and said, I can do this, it's America, blah, 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 blah. That was rather...
Well, of course, I mean, we know how liberal America is and how there's lots of freedom in that particular country. Fine, as much as you're a public figure and probably your privacy should be respected, I feel the timing of that privacy for me is also a subject of controversy. Yeah, there's no way Aregbesola should have been in the U.S. at that time when there was an election. He's a party man, for crying out loud, a strong party man, and I expect better from him.
Oh, okay, so tip for you, Egiga. You see, when we're doing coffee G's, our show that we're coming down. Coming down.
While Martin is coming him down, take some time. We'll just go on a short break. We'll be right back. And it's Monday Motivation. We are talking today about personal development hacks for young people. And with us to have this conversation today is Itunuoluwa Omotayo. Now, she's a human resource and educational consultant, as well as a transformational coach that equips the next generation with cutting-edge wisdom and practicable tools. It is great to have you. You are welcome, Itunu.
Thank you. So good to be back.
Wow. So, for younger people, personal development hacks, right? Young people can be distracted. In fact, I think that is the major vice at the age. Well, when you're talking about young people now, what age are we looking at? Let's make that clear.
So young people is relative. If you feel young, then
I'm young. I'm young. So
are you really young?
I am. But hey, come on. So we're looking at people.
Teenagers, young adults.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So I know that we've sort of clustered the adult age. We've sort of clustered teenagers, for instance, with the young adult age. But in recent times, it's been good enough that, we're creating the segregation to really pay attention to them. So yeah, I say teenagers because they are like the major people that I work with, young adult, and for any other person that feels
young. All right, good. Let's get straight into it. So what are these hacks that these younger people can use?
Okay, so first, let's speak to what personal development is quickly, right? So it's any activity that you engage in to deliberately improve yourself, to deliberately improve your value as a person. And when I say as a person, I mean generally in every area of your life. Right, and it's very important. Personal development is very important for everyone who is truly considering success, who is really serious about achieving success, because it's the vehicle that gets you from who you are at the moment to who you want to become or where you want to get to. Now, what are some of these personal development arcs? And I mean, I'll just list them and speak through them.
Okay.
The first thing is that you want to be clear about what your personal development goals are.
Okay.
So it could be that you want to improve in your public speaking skill, or you want to develop a better mindset. Whatever it is that, contributes towards your success or where you want to become. Could be a personal development element that you want to set, or, a goal that you want to achieve. So be clear about what your personal development goals are, right?
Be clear about your
Be clear
goals.
about it.
Set
The
them clear
second
about
thing is you want to engage a coach. So coaches are people that are both trained and skilled to help you get the results that you want in a certain area of your life. And usually, coaches have a track record of people that they've helped in that particular area and helped to get results. So if you stick to the principles and the tools, the practicable tools and roadmaps that your coaches help you with, you would get the result that you want to get. So that's another arc.
One thing, though, a number of people, when talking about coaches or mentors, as the case will be, would say look for somebody in the direction or in the line of where you want to go, because that person will probably have gone,
Yes,
and gone past those things. So it's how relatable can it be? Can you just walk up to a, in quotes, life coach, somebody who has a general knowledge, is experienced about everything, or would you say that let's streamline this, let's be a bit more defined when it comes to the choice of a coach?
I mean, so one of the things that is also very important in this journey is to know what works for you.
Okay.
So there are some brilliant life coaches, right, that are experienced in all of these areas. Sometimes you might feel, okay, I want somebody who is really specialized in this area.
Specialized knowledge.
Right, and I really want to sit with that person so that we can sort of zoom in. And we're not just looking at a general concept. So it is what works for you eventually.
Okay.
There are brilliant life coaches, and there are also, people that are specialized in different areas. And one thing that I said is people that have helped others to achieve results, the same results. Yes, that you want to achieve. So you look out for that.
Right.
That is one. Another thing is you want to get an accountability partner. If you're merely interested in achieving success and, just a by the way thing, fine, you can do it alone. But if you're really interested in hitting that goal, right, and doing it with maximum focus, you want to surround yourself with people that are as serious about their success as you are with yours, and who can also hold you accountable.
I like this because just yesterday I had a conversation with a friend, and we're talking about this, how one or two people in our company, we had to let go of them. Why? Because you were not getting that energy to push everybody together. How important people tell you that, okay, I've been with this person for a long while. There is that sentimental attachment to people who are not necessarily, aligned with your ideals. When that sentiment comes in, how can people deal with that?
I mean, how do you want to deal with it? Because one of the things that drives any course or drive any, vision or anything is aligned values and people that have similar visions and all that. So if you have somebody like that on your team, you either want to get them aligned, train them in that line or something. Or, I mean, you can't work together if you do not agree. Basically, remember that scripture, right? So, yes, so that is also one important arc, right? So get an accountability partner, get someone that can drive you towards the success that you're willing to achieve. The next thing, which this one I like it very much, read like your success depends on it, because for the most part it does. There was a time I had a very, I don't know the adjective I want to use for it, but a very disturbing proverb that if you want to hide an information from an African, keep it, you remember that?
Of course, put it in a book.
In a book, and it's just very absurd. Because come to think of it, in recent times, you've seen many black scholars, business, experts and all that, success-driven Africans that are doing great stuff in their different fields of endeavors. So that is not true. So if you're really, and there are many of them that have also attributed a great part of their success to voracious reading. So if you're really interested in personal development and you want to up your personal development game, you want to be an ardent reader. For me, for instance, I've had to recently join a book club. Because, so I consider myself more of the physical book kind of person. So if I'm going to really stick to my e-book reading and all that, I need some form of accountability, again, referring to accountability. And this group sort of gives that. So know what works for you, right? We've said that, but also read. be a voracious reader. You want to get all the tools and all the wisdom that these people that have gone ahead of you, that they've put in that book, right?
This is wonderful. I wish we could go on. We'll have a part 2 of this. If we're not done, we will still have you next week, please, but we have to move now. Thank you so much. This was quite an enlightening session.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, that's it. Now, from there, we have to head over. Mazino, of course, cannot wait to get started in there. For the past 5 minutes, he has been like, Mike, ground up. I want to cook a storm. Oga, bring the storm down. Let's see what's happening.
Mr. Mike, don't you just wish you were in the kitchen here with me? Because I know that that's in your mind. I know you want to be here. I know you want to be me right now. It's not about being like Mike. It's about being like Mazino for a Monday morning here. And, of course, I have Chef Eniola in the house. And it's always very exciting when Chef Eniola is in the house because you practically don't need to do anything. Yeah. Because she's already done everything. It's been a while since I've seen you. All been in the kitchen with you. Good to have you here.
Yeah,
welcome.
Thank you.
What have you been up to?
It's just been work for me, pursuing my business, my food business.
Nice.
Yeah, getting more deals and eating.
Right. Mike, while you were having that interview, she challenged me to a game of Mortal Kombat. So, yeah, it's going to go down. All right.
Very soon.
Let's talk about what's happening today inside of the kitchen. What are we preparing?
Okay, so we're just making chicken curry with basmati rice.
Okay.
And I go with basmati rice because it contains less starch and it's healthier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have this thing that I do with rice. I always eat it.
Yeah,
remember,
I used to do that. And it takes like nothing more than 25 minutes to get ready.
So it's faster?
Yes, it is.
All right, grand.
Yeah.
A lot of vegetables here. We'll be running the menu for you guys to see in just about a bit. But what is that? What are those?
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk, huh?
Yeah, it just makes the dish really creamy and velvety.
You said we're making chicken curry, yeah?
Yes, we are.
Or chicken curry coconut?
In
Coconut
yes.
rice. Or chicken curry is like a sauce?
It is a sauce.
It is a sauce?
Chicken sauce.
All right, run us through. What we have here?
Okay, so we have chicken breast here. We have cooking
Those are
oil.
breasts? No, I meant that very, very honestly. Those are chicken breasts. I thought it was thighs.
No, cut.
Oh, stop.
Cut it into strips.
Cut into strips, okay.
And then we have basmati rice here. We have our spices.
All right.
Bell pepper, sorry. We have the curry itself.
Curry.
We have salt, seasoning cubes, cornstarch that is used to thicken up the sauce.
Oh.
Yes, so it makes it pretty thick, not watery.
So my wife uses cocoyam to thicken everything up. I like it.
Cocoyam is actually for the local delicacies.
Oh,
not
so
this. This is not a Nigerian dish, but you can easily make it so fast.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have bell peppers there for flavors and also,
That's our
presentation.
garlic, yeah?
We have ginger, garlic,
okay.
onions, carrots.
Cut carrot already.
Everything. Spring onions, yeah.
All right, fine. So how long does it take us to put this together?
The sauce, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, excluding prep time.
Yeah.
But just to cook everything now, it takes 15 minutes.
Let me give you guys a tip. Now, the tip here that I've learned from Chef Eniola is this. Always prepare ahead. It makes everything easier. So even if you're at home, if you have everything already like this, I think it's going to take you like so.
Yes, just put everything, pick
and it looks better. It looks nice. Personally, I can't eat what I cook. So, but looking at all of this, I think if I was to prepare my food like so, I think I'd be able to eat it. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the menu once again. You've got, rather, not the menu, the ingredients. So you guys can check out what you can go to the shops to get. Some salt, curry, garlic, onion, ginger, carrots, some green peas, coconut milk, basmati rice, and Irish potatoes. Where are our potatoes?
Well, unfortunately, we couldn't get them.
Okay, so we can do without those.
Yeah, it's not mandatory, it's just optional.
All right.
Yeah.
Some chicken breasts or thighs, red bell peppers, seasoning cubes, butter, green bell peppers, and also some corn flour for thickening.
Yep.
Alrighty. So I'm going to start up our Wake Up Nigeria Super Duper stove here for you. I like to get it all warmed up for our chefs. And then we can begin already. What are we going to start with? Some oil.
Yes. Then we're going to saute garlic, ginger, and onions.
Any particular kind of oil or just any will do?
Just anyone will do. You can use canola oil, you can use olive oil, any kind of oil. And you can use melted butter.
Butter?
Yeah.
I'd rather butter.
Well, sometimes people don't really like it in this sauce. Yeah, because this is lighter.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's have that, pour that in. Go on. Is that enough?
For now, yes.
That's all we need, huh?
For now.
Let me get the oil so it doesn't spill.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Once this is hot enough, we're going to put these three in here.
That's our garlic, ginger, and onions in there to start frying.
And the curry.
Okay.
Put it, stir it for like 3 minutes.
Okay.
Take it out and then make the curry sauce.
All right,
and
fine.
then put the chicken back in and then wash that.
So by the time we come back, perhaps maybe all of that would have been done already. So you guys just keep that in mind. We're going to have our garlic, our ginger, and our onions in there for about 3 minutes, stir them and all. So we'll let you know as the process goes on, what we're doing, what we're not, and how you guys can keep up, and perhaps maybe tell us how you're doing at home if you're doing the same thing we're doing right now. Do stay tuned. We've got more coming your way inside of Wake Up Nigeria. We've only just started, and I'm looking forward to our meal when we're done. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a bit.
Big shout out, by the way, to my producer and my director, Halima Chegude, cracking me up. But let's head over to Mazino and what he has in the kitchen. That's all that we have on the big game for today. Mazino, how's the storm going?
Well, you got that right. We are indeed cooking up a storm, but I don't like the fact that you're trying to take out of my kitchen time here. All right, Mike, next time, can you like hasten up the sport so we can get to the
Okay, you don't go start the kitchen now. Your time don't they go more.
But it's fantastic here, Chef Eniola, letting me do some real work while in the kitchen. I don't have to. She's got everything all, down to a T, but I like that she lets me do all of this. Well, so right now, what are we doing?
So we already fried the chicken breast.
Okay.
So we're just going to take this out.
All right.
And then put it in a bowl, add more oil, then saute the garlic, ginger, onions, put the spices, then cook, add the veggies, coconut milk, the thickener as well, and then that's it.
The thickener goes in the sauce, yeah?
Yes, yes.
So we have our basmati rice already on fire. That's going to take a very short while. The chicken is in here with some garlic, onions, and curry and stuff like that. And it looks already very, very good. Smells great as well, even. So we're looking forward to, the next phase. So you haven't missed much from where we left you guys off. It was still right about on target. So don't you guys worry. So we're going to tell you guys what exactly you need if you're just joining us. The ingredients, if you don't know already, some of them are here. Some green peas, some spring onions, carrots, some onions, and all the rest. Bell peppers. There's no Chef Eniola without bell peppers.
I know, right?
And everything. I'm looking forward to when the coconut milk is going to go inside of the rice. And
the rice.
it goes in the sauce?
Yes.
Wait, hang on a second. So it's not going in the rice?
Nope.
Oh dear. My apologies.
So it gives it the very creamy, velvety taste or feel.
Nice.
Like very
smooth. That means I can have the sauce with anything. Mustn't always be rice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you can
fantastic.
do pasta. But it mostly goes well with basmati rice.
Okay, grand. So stay tuned. Let's give you guys the menu. The ingredients for this meal. There you have it. Salt, curry, some garlic, onion, ginger, carrots and green peas, some coconut milk and basmati rice, some chicken breasts and also red bell peppers, green bell peppers somewhere in there as well, and some corn flour for thickening, seasoning cubes as usual, and butter, or you can use cooking oil like we are doing here today. Now we're putting some more of that ginger and garlic in there. This is the second phase for that oil, the same oil we used to make
then I added fresh oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some more oil in there, and then all of our ingredients all over again.
Yeah.
The carrots we're going to save until this goes in fresh, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's one of the last things to go in.
The last thing to go in has to be this.
The green, okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I can cook this for about 5 minutes, but then I can't do the spring onions because it really gets very light.
Okay, and you want it to still be a bit consistent, don't you?
Yes, yes. I want it to be
I learned stuff here. I learned stuff. You guys too. Please, I hope you guys as well. So just keep watching. If you miss out on anything through the other segments, we'll let you guys know exactly what it is you might be missing, but not much because, hey, it's all very, very simple. This you can put together in less than 25 minutes, like Chef Eniola already said. You could have it for breakfast, or perhaps maybe just pack it up for lunch and take it with you to work. And if you do it yourself, it even tastes better. Make sure you have already pre-prepared everything from before, so it's easy for you to put together. It always, you dropped something.
Thank you.
Let me help you there. Fantastic. Sorry about that.
That's good.
All right, grand.
It happens in the kitchen.
Yes, indeed. So, hey, stay tuned. We've got more. We'll be letting you know how it's going to all come together in just about a bit. We're almost done with the first hour here. There's plenty more coming inside of the 8 o'clock hour. You guys should stay tuned. It's going to be fantastic. It's Wake Up Nigeria for Superman Monday, except with Chef Eniola. Welcome back. Second hour here for Wake Up Nigeria. What do? We like to make sure that you have nothing on us when it comes to boredom, so please.
Definitely. The first hour of the show is done, and we're into the final 45 minutes, okay? And, well, You've had stuff. The aroma. So when people say smell, the aroma from that kitchen. Masino, tell me, what have you been doing there?
This is the progress you're trying to stop.
Okay,
That's all sports. We want us to stop our progress.
No. Sports is cancelled.
We're doing some fantastic basmati rice there with some, oh, Chef Eniola, what is that thing we're doing again? What's the sauce called? Some chicken curry, yeah? Chicken curry and basmati rice and all.
Wonderful.
It smells good already. It's always fancy to know that Mazzino is involved in the cooking. Thank you very much.
I can't wait for that one. My name is Mike Messicano.
And of course, my name is Mazzino Appeal. Now, hey guys, did you know you can catch us live on GOTV? You'll find us on channel 27, UHF channel 49 as well. And you can also stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook right this moment.
You can also stream on the app. It's available on iOS and Android. Wonderful way to catch up with the show if you are on the move. Okay,
right.
Let's get straight. Second R.
And finally, we will be joined on SME by a representative from The Push, a strategy and communications company that creates products and experience to drive growth and impact people. And we're looking forward to that conversation. Hopefully you guys are too. You're welcome back. 45 minutes to go, Mike.
Yes,
we're doing it.
We're
doing it. Definitely.
Something beautiful. Apart from having a lot of food yesterday for me at my nephew's birthday, Chef C informed us last week. You know, remember he mentioned when he came here about his restaurant opening.
Okay.
It actually held. Hopefully, I'll get the pictures now to get some people to get to see. But I love when people scale up in business. It's a good thing to see people scaling up, in spite of what happens, in spite of everything, in spite of all the hardships as the economy is going, people still find a way. Nigerians, we are about some of the most resilient people.
Yeah, very true.
There. Find a way to scale through and scale up.
I can't wait to see those pictures of Chef C's new restaurant. But I was with a couple of friends over the weekend, and we're talking about scaling up in businesses. In fact, not even scaling up. We're actually talking about starting. I have a friend who's a very corporate guy. You know, works at a very corporate organization, but he has a passion for other things like movies and all. In fact, I've tried to bring him on the show here before, but he can't because he's a corporate guy. And he's very, very worried about how people will see him in the office and all of that. And it might have an impact, you know, on his job. So we were trying to tell him that, hey, at the end of the day, when all is gone, what do you have to fall back on? Because he's a fantastic writer.
Wow.
He is so good when you read his pieces. We're like, why don't you take this and do a business with it? He's got this page that is flourishing, and all he does on it is write about movies. And I'm like, this is currency.
Is it ghostwriter on that page?
He's a ghostwriter on his own page.
Okay.
On his own page. But he is fantastic at it. And I'm like, this is business. And until Saturday, he did not know that people were already approaching him. Hey, can you post this? He's like, no. He didn't know that that's actually currency.
You know someone, I once heard this story, quite a real story. Said when doctors spoke about how when people are about to pass on, what are their biggest regrets?
Yeah.
One of the biggest regrets is not following or not doing what they loved, not following their passion. Another big regret is people spending money on things rather than on experiences.
Booyah.
You know,
Booyah.
I know you're one for experience, and you know that's what it is. So I decided that look, no matter what I do, yes, you would have to put food on the table, but find a way. At least he is doing it by the side.
Yeah.
He might not have to fully move his whole focus to that one, but follow your passion in some way. At the end, when all is said and done, your passion, experiences, I mean, material possessions will fade, but then experiences, they will live with you.
Experience are always. Do you think you have fulfilled? You've satisfied yourself when it comes to following your passion?
Oh yeah. So all through life, I have never really worked at anything that wasn't passion for me. I have never.
Media is a passion, obviously.
You know, from media to the creative arts when it comes to drama and dancing and all that. At every point in time, there was always, that was the only thing that could make me stand up and want to do. I would say I can be selectively lazy, but if I'm not, you know, engrossed and fully about it, then I would not want to move. So for me, I've been favored that my passion is also what I use to, you know, put stuff on the table.
Hey, live it. Don't just think about it or dream it. Hey, you're going to regret it if you don't. Personally, a couple of things I still need to do. Skydive and drive the Autobahn.
Bungee jumping, is that one there?
Bungee, I think skydiving is actually...
We'll cover for it.
The adrenaline. All right, no adrenaline for the weather because we know it's going to be mild. Thankfully, it's been pretty mild inside of Lagos for the past couple of days. Let's find out what it's going to be like today and perhaps maybe until tomorrow. We'll be back.
Hello again, you're watching the news on Wake Up Nigeria, and we absolutely appreciate it. I am Kelly Egiga. Let's stay with politics, but away from Osun State. 7 speakers of states governed by the All Progressives Congress have expressed their full commitment to the aspirations of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu becoming the next president of the country. Now, this message was replayed during a congratulatory visit to Asiwaju Tinubu in the nation's capital, Abuja. TVC's Ola Awako also witnessed the courtesy visit by delegation of the EU to the APC presidential flag bearer. We have details in this report.
The presidential candidate of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, receives a delegation from the European Union in Abuja. Ambassador of the European Union to Nigeria, EU's Managing Director of European External Action Service for Africa, and other members of the delegation entered into a closed-door meeting with Asiwaju Tinubu.
We discussed about the electoral process. We discussed about education, the importance of education, and creating an enabling environment for the private sector to invest.
The APC presidential candidate also had the speakers of APC states, led by Speaker of Lagos Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, waiting to congratulate him. The 7 speakers of states governed by APC say they are fully committed to ensuring Asiwaju Tinubu becomes the next president of Nigeria.
All of us, 22 in number, APC speakers, would want to give you the assurance that we are fully committed to your cause of becoming the president of this country.
We are very confident that you are going to make it, and after the elections, we will reconvene to also congratulate you once more.
The former governor of Lagos thanked them for their role towards his victory at the primary elections. He spoke about the need to make Nigeria a truly democratic country.
We have to make Nigeria a truly democratic country. And to become a truly democratic country is to promote unity, stability, and tolerance.
Asiwaju Tinubu also expressed his confidence and respect for his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima.
He is competent, capable, a good thinker and a doer.
The State Assembly speakers also requested that they are fully incorporated into the campaign process, which Asiwaju Tinubu assured them of inclusion. Ola Awakon, TVC News, Abuja.
And outside Nigeria, in France, Spain and Portugal, hundreds of people have been evacuated from their homes as wildfire caused by intense heat waves spread across Europe. The temperatures were expected to top 40 degrees Celsius in parts of Europe through heat from North Africa. We have details in this report.
A heat wave spreading across Europe is fueling wildfires in Portugal, France and Spain. Around 3,500 firefighters in Portugal are battling dozens of blazes as temperatures break records in various parts of the country. In Turkey, more than 3,000 people have been evacuated because of a wildfire in the southwestern Datka Peninsula. A red warning for extreme heat has been issued for the first time for England for Monday and Tuesday, when temperatures could reach 40 degrees centigrade for the first time. Amber alerts have been upgraded for a never-before-heard-of red warning for mostly part of England. This is because weather forecasts indicate that around Monday and Tuesday, there is about an 80% chance that the UK's temperature could soar above 40 degrees centigrade from Monday. There is also the potential of the disruption of transportation. The Meteorological Service is also warning that there could be water incidents because more people will be heading for coastal areas as a result of the hot weather. That could also mean potential disruption of power supply. The advice from the Meteorological Service office is for people to avoid travel if they can and pay attention to advice by emergency services. Heat waves have become more frequent, more intense because of climate change. The world has already warmed about 1.1 degrees centigrade since the industrial era began.
Oh dear, I feel for that guy because I thought he was going to get it. I would have gone with bees as well.
You have gone with bees, yeah, because like Frank said or something, you start thinking about botanical nomenclature. And you think that, okay, so dogs are canines, you know, cats are felines. And so you're thinking along that direction, you know, spiders are arachnids. So when someone says, if someone says arachnologist or something, and then, of course, so I would say, if I'd seen canine something, I would want to go there. So
you know,
yes,
something
that would have been...
something I should have thought of before selecting my answer yesterday was this. Bees, cockroaches, and ants, what are they? The only odd thing there is a dog.
There's a dog, a bee.
They're all insects.
They're only insects.
So perhaps maybe I and he should have actually gone for dogs, especially that he didn't know
you
it.
Know why
I
love the way you are thinking now on this, because that's for this kind of game, you need to learn how to make educated guesses.
Deduction.
That is deduction and educated guess. Wonderful one there, because they are all in a class in some ways. And that is the odd one out.
So if I was clueless, and I had the time to think and I wasn't under pressure, I think that would have been the best option for me. Deduction. Well, hopefully he is satisfied with his little weanings, but I don't know. I'm waiting for someone to actually get to the top 1 million and stuff like that. Nobody's gotten to a million yet.
You see,
why is that so? Isn't it time for the producers to actually dumb these questions down a bit so we can get some sort of excitement is my question.
Yeah, because you see, there's something I found out, especially from the movie Slumdog Millionaire and all of that. Most of the time, people that go this far might not be the most intelligent, but they might have had, at some point in their lives, things that would relate them to that thing. And that's what Slumdog Millionaire, the movie, showed you and all of that. It might not be just your intelligence and all of that, but I love it that, look, it's a height that can be almost unattainable. It makes it interesting.
Well, let's hope next week somebody gets up, at least up to 1 million. I want to see someone get up to 1 million, okay? So please, Frank, if you guys are listening, hopefully next week someone, please, let's just dash somebody 1 million naira at least, okay? It's been a couple of weeks now. And of course, after a stellar performance from Flow Show here on Wake Up Nigeria, it is our final segment for a Monday here, Superman Monday. In any case, we're finally joined by, here on SME, with a managing partner from The Push, a strategy and communication company that creates products and also experience to drive growth and impact. Now, I know that's a lot, but what it is I'll ask it in form of a question. Why little businesses need branding? And of course, we have Bidemi here. You are welcome. Good to have you on the show here today. It's been a while that we've been expecting you on the show, so it's fantastic that you're here finally today.
Yeah, finally.
So let's first of all get to understand what The Push does.
Okay, so The Push is a consulting company, and we help businesses grow, scale, and then we help them communicate better, because we realize that branding is an offshoot of a marketing communication strategy.
Okay, now that's grand. Now, first off, I noticed that you guys noted that there was a gap and there was a need.
Yeah.
And you made business off of it. We know that brands or companies or small little buddies need that push. Well, the push.
The push.
Exactly. They need that push. But you made a business out of giving people that experience that you need this push. First off, how did you guys identify that there was that niche?
Oh, that's fantastic. So, for me, I started working out as... My journey is very, very wild and large, because I was in a phase, I had a problem that I felt like other people could have or add, and that was the fact that I started working out as... I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life and my career at a particular point, because I studied English, right? And towards the end of towards graduation, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this English? And you know how people can tell you can work anywhere, you study English?
That's what lecturers tell you in school, so that you don't feel, you know.
Where? I wanted to study law, and then I found myself studying English because I could not meet up the requirements. Yes, I loved what I studied, but I could not fit in. And then what happened was I decided I'll be a teacher. I taught, and then later I joined a digital marketing team. I started being a content writer. Then from being a content writer, I learned SEO, I learned search engine optimization, and I became very good at it.
Okay.
Now, being very good at it, I at the point in my life, I had to start working from home. And then at a point, I was working remotely as far back as 2018, before remote work became popular. And I just felt like, okay, at this phase in your life, if you continue like this, you would die. Now,
that's very grim, but yeah.
Now, death doesn't have to do with physical death, but people die in their careers.
Yeah,
people die in their businesses. Why? Because they can't do more.
Yeah.
They are just there. They can't move. They are stuck. And a lot of people are stuck. So I said, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I woke up and I said I wanted to go and do my MSc in media enterprise because, yes, I've been here. I was too ordinary. And many businesses are too ordinary.
So all of that culminated into the putting the push together.
Yes, and yeah, I'm telling the story on that was what led to it. So after my MSc, I was like, okay, so I want to start a business. So what business am I starting? Is helping people running businesses that are stuck, that may die if they don't evolve. Helping them being from ordinary to extra. And it doesn't take much to be extra. It only takes little.
Okay, now that's nice. So that's your story, but you needed a partner to be able to put together the push now, didn't you? How did you go about sourcing for a partner? Now, by the way, if you don't know, Aregbesola is actually the a managing partner at the push. But from the story, we can tell that you are a very big part of the push.
Yes.
So, Derry, how did you source that partner?
Okay.
I know it's a long story, but yeah.
Fantastic. And that's one thing for also business owners.
Exactly.
So I met my partner in my MSc class at the Pan Atlantic University.
Okay.
His name is Toby Durosimieti.
Okay.
And what happened was, I think I am a front bencher. And I like to answer questions. I'm very social, and Toby is
a backbencher like me, who likes to be the clown of the class.
Toby sits at the back, and you know that's idea that all these backbenchers are not even serious. And then we got talking, and Toby is actually one of the best, like very analytical. We got talking, and I said, oh, I do this, I do that. And the first consulting job I did, I called Toby. Toby advised me, gave me like very good advice. I went there, and I was like a superstar. And then the next, and something happened. I said, okay, Toby, let's pitch for this job together. And then we pitched for the job. We didn't get the job, but we pitched for another one. We got it. And that was it.
This is while you were still in school?
No, after school. But what I realized is he has qualities that complement me. And that's one thing that's come when you're choosing a partner. I'm very outspoken. I'm very out there. Toby is the operations guy. I'm like the marketing, business development person. So in looking for a partner, look for somebody that complements you. Because I have weaknesses that he makes up for. He has weaknesses I make up for.
That's very interesting. To everybody out there, that's one thing. If you're going into a partnership, you have to look out for that one thing that perhaps maybe you need some complementation for. And that's what's happening in your partnership here with Toby.
Yes.
Wherever you are, Toby. So now, tell us exactly about the operations for the push and what you guys do for businesses tangibly, what it is you go into a business to, or if businesses come to you, how you enable them.
Thank you. So we enable businesses with communications. I was telling somebody this morning, which wasn't what I planned to do, because she said my outfit is very nice. And I told her that the person that made this outfit for me made it for me free. Why? Because I consulted, we gave him a strategy, and then it felt that he couldn't pay back, and he said he is going to pay back in kind. So what did we help businesses to do? What did I help him to do? He's a fashion designer. He has a business. Then he has clients that have been working with him, but his clients evolved, but he could not evolve. So we created a strategy that pushed him to the next level, and he saw value. And that way, the reactions his clients were giving him became different. Why? Because at the level his clients were, they needed experience. Now, most entrepreneurs do not understand that at times it goes beyond products. You have to sell experiences. A brand is about the experience you give. So if I'm here, I can afford, let's say, 50K for an outfit. The experience I'm looking for is different. But the person that is paying 1 million naira for an outfit, the outfit may not be necessarily better than the one I'm buying for 50K, but there is an experience that comes with it. So that's what we do at The Push. We help entrepreneurs find that core of their brand. We help them find the intangible things, because I really feel when it comes to branding,
It's called emotional banking now, isn't it? Because I mean, first off, you didn't exchange that for currency, for money. You exchange it for an experience. You're pushing his brand, and of course, you're getting value for that while you're doing it.
Okay, so that was just one-off. We exchange money. Like
I understand. But what I'm saying is businesses can learn from that.
Yes.
It's not every time it has to perhaps be about the cash.
Yes.
Am I correct or am I wrong?
Yeah, it's not every time. I was telling somebody that I wanted to do a business with somebody wanted consulting, and the person was trying to negotiate, and I felt like this is way low. But I decided to go because I wanted to meet the person. So for entrepreneurs, I think one thing you need to understand that some businesses will give you money, but not all give you money. Some will give you opportunities.
Yeah,
They'll give you a platform.
Exactly.
Some will give you connection. So if you're always looking for money, you will miss out on opportunities. If you're always looking for money, you miss out on connections, because you're not building what you should build, which is very, very important. So a job that will give you a platform, if you go there with the money mindset, you're missing out.
Yeah.
A job that will give you money, if you go there with a platform mindset, you're missing out. So one of the core things that entrepreneurs need to know is that you have to be able to decipher. You have to be able to identify that, what do I want from this relationship? Sometimes I told the client, when the client was trying to negotiate, that you call me again. You call me again, and the person is like, why are you so expensive? No, I'm not expensive, but I'll do it for you at this price. Guess what? The person called me the second time, the third time, the fourth time.
Nice.
But I had to give him, negotiate, give him a price that will make him test the values I have to offer.
Wow.
If you are starting a new business, at times you need to allow people test the value you have to offer. That's why when products come to Nigeria, there are tests. Tests.
Now, we're taking a look at photos of perhaps maybe forums or functions that you guys have put together and been at. Am I correct? Is this one of them?
Yes. So
right.
this.
Now, your product is intangible. It's actually experiential.
Yes.
Real quick, because we're wrapping up this. How does the push make money?
How does push make money? The push makes money from consulting for clients.
Consultation.
So yes, so we have service charge. And then we also have implementation, because we do different things. We create websites alongside, because those are the things that bring your brand identity. So we also help with logos, but that is just a fraction of it. Our work is majorly based on strategy, advisory, and intangible branding, which I feel like it overshadows the tangible and brand identity.
Well, Aregbesola, it's grand that we've had you here on the show, and I'm looking forward to more that you guys could do. Perhaps maybe I'd suggest a couple of people to you from here, I mean from the audience, from our viewers who perhaps have small businesses that need the push. Would that be acceptable by you?
Definitely, that would be acceptable.
So perhaps maybe you guys should reach out to us and would have Aregbesola and the push come over and help your business from where it is to where it could be just by the power of branding. Thank you very much, Aregbesola.
Thank you so much.
I really enjoyed that. And hopefully, I think you should stay, because we have something very delicious inside the kitchen. We're cooking some very interesting dish, and Chef Eniola we've been doing this all morning, myself and her, of course. I mean, hey, she can't do it without me. So I'm wondering, are you hungry a bit? Yeah.
I love food.
Yeah, say no more. Let's go over to the kitchen and come here.
All right, thank you.
My help? Fantastic. Yeah. Chef Eniola, I brought another very eager client here. She's from The Push, by the way, and maybe she can help your business as well. I don't know.
I'll be so glad.
This is our first client. We're in partnership together. I and her already. All right. Please, Chef Eniola, tell us
the one I did there. Benny, go sit down there. Go tell us.
No, I don't like this arrangement.
Exactly. That way.
Better
that way.
So don't laugh too much. Tell us exactly about the meal for today.
Okay, so I made chicken curry, yellow chicken curry with basmati rice, and it has veggies in it. So.
Okay. So please, give it a try. Tell us what you think.
Thank you. Well done.
All right. Looking good already.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Partnership, yeah, that works. So, Aregbesola?
What do you think?
She's still eating. Fantastic. Her mouth is full. She can't say anything. I think that reaction is all we need. Thank you very much, Daring.
Yeah, it's so nice. I can talk now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Mike, tell them.
Thank you for being a part of the show. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you to all our guests. Flo Show, everyone who came. Nice one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Superman Monday.